Hey guys, it's Simon, and this is Wrestling Unlimited. So if you're watching live, you saw that I messed up the intro there. It's been a day. I'm sick. I think I caught what my kids had last Thursday, Friday, Saturday. My kids were both sick with fevers, and they had scratchy throats and stuffed up noses. I don't have a fever, but I've got the scratchy throat, the stuffed up nose, and yes, I always have a cough, but my cough's more raspy than normal. So if I sound weird to you guys, that is why, because I think I caught what the kids had. They're good now. They were good as of Saturday afternoon. Their fevers broke. They were feeling fine. They're good. But now I think I have finally caught it. So I still wanted to bring you this show. I slept in a little extra to see if maybe that'll help me feel better. Didn't really sleep well last night, but enough about me and my issues. Just wanted to say that before anyone goes, why do you sound weird? What's wrong with your audio, your voice, da-da-da. I know I'll get at least one of those comments. But with that, we've got the wrestling wrap-up here. It's Monday, January 17th, 2022. And like I said, it's the wrestling wrap-up. One video with a handful of news. An easy way for you to get your news fix. Today we do have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 technically stories we want to talk about, from Mustafa Ali, the leaks for WWE 2K22, the Royal Rumble, a free agent in AEW, and so much more. With that, first off, I want to say thank you for joining me here. Twitch.tv/PWU Unlimited, YouTube.com/Pro Wrestling Unlimited, and Twitter.com/PWU Unlimited. If you are watching on Twitch, you can help us out a couple of different ways. You can either help us out by hitting that donate button down below, or donating Twitch bits in the live chat. And let me fix my camera here a little bit, center me a little more. You can help us out. Nope, that ain't good. By hitting that donate button down below, or by donating Twitch bits. Also remember, and Twitch bits just like Jack Dawson did. I really do appreciate that, Jack. But you can also subscribe to the channel one of two different ways. You can either subscribe with a tiered subscription, just like Cold Cuts KC recently did, or you can subscribe with Amazon Prime, because if you have Amazon Prime, then you have Prime Gaming. Prime Gaming gives you one free subscription to any Twitch channel that you want to subscribe to, and I greatly appreciate it if you subscribe right here, Pro Wrestling Unlimited. But on the flip side, if you're watching over on YouTube, you can help us out over there in the live chat with a super chat or a super sticker donation. Also, remember, you can subscribe over there by hitting that join button to get early access to news, early access to podcast episodes, early access to non-news videos, and so much more. Plus, patreon.com/PW Unlimited, and by going over to the Epic Game Store. I'm not going to do the full rigmarole here, but go to the Epic Game Store. Whenever you buy or purchase anything, say you have a creator code, and you do, it's PW Unlimited. But I want to jump right into this and talk about the stuff that dropped yesterday with Mustafa Ali. So Mustafa Ali took to Twitter, and I haven't checked his Instagram to see if he's posted anything over there or anything, but he took to his Twitter, posted a video that stated the following. Let me pull up the exact quote here so I don't misquote it. I thought I had it pulled up already, but apparently I don't. Mustafa Ali, it said, why won't this play? Here we go. I have a message that is much bigger than my dreams in pro wrestling. Despite my best efforts, I will not be able to deliver this message while working for WWE. Therefore, I'm requesting my release from WWE. Now, we don't know exactly what this all means. There have been rumors since this tweet went out that he wants to get into motivational speaking, that he wants to get into acting, and he wants to do a number of different things, and he hasn't confirmed any of those. All he has confirmed is, I am requesting my release from WWE. Now, Fightful then put out an interesting statement here. Not statement, but story on why Ali's been gone for a while. Now, we knew that Ali asked for time off for paternity leave. His wife had their third child, and he wanted time off. But apparently, he only wanted 1 week off. He only wanted 1 week off, and now, well, they've given him 2 months. According to this new report from Fightful, the report states that Ali's been off TV since November, having his last match in October. When Ali asked for 1 day off for paternity leave, he was granted that 1 day off. He only wanted 1 week off, just the week his wife gave birth. But apparently, After being pitched a new idea for a, quote, a New America gimmick, still not 100% sure what that actually is, that gimmick was pitched and then unpitched. It was then said that Vince McMahon pitched him something, quote, Mustafa Ali would have never done. This then led to a heated argument between Mustafa Ali and WWE Chairman Vince McMahon. And that argument also led to Mustafa Ali being off television for the last 2 months, not just off television, but not even being backstage. Not even being there when they went to Chicago recently, his hometown where he lives. They didn't even bring him in at Chicago just to talk to him or have him there, which is very, very interesting. But one higher up stated that WWE has granted release requests as of late because it's really hard to justify not doing so after so many, quote, budget cuts over the last year or two. It was also said that Ali is really well liked backstage and many people want to work with him, but he must have fell out of favor with Vince McMahon or something. And this is really all we have on this situation, in this story. I just wanted to bring it here in case anybody missed anything. Mustafa Ali has asked for his release from WWE as of yesterday, Sunday, January 16th, 2022. And yeah, I assume, and I know in my line of work, assuming is never the right thing to do, but I assume he's going to get the release. Why wouldn't they give it to him? You know what I mean? Why wouldn't they give it to him? That's just weird. I mean, they gave Toni Storm her release when she requested it. And maybe we get that news today because apparently Toni Storm requested her release on a Wednesday. And by Thursday, the news was out that she got it. So hopefully, maybe today, we learn more on if Mustafa Ali is granted that release or not. But as we move forward, talking about contracts and wrestlers and their deals and whatnot, well, apparently one top AEW star, not just AEW star, but champion and executive, is now a free agent. According to a new report from Fightful, Fightful has learned that current TNT champion Cody Rhodes is technically a free agent with All Elite Wrestling. Cody's contract actually expired at the end of 2021, and he's been working ever since without a contract, which really, I think that's only one show because he's been out for like 2 weeks with COVID, but he will be back this Wednesday. Anyways, regardless, Cody, free agent. And there's a lot of things to unpack here with this. Originally, the rumors and the reports and the news was that Cody's deal was till like 2024, 2025. Apparently, that's not true. His contract was up at the end of last year. And interestingly, back in December, I want to say like the first week of December, Cody did an interview with Sports Illustrated's Justin Barrasso that kind of didn't really amount to any traction, but stated that Cody will be a free agent soon, or at least could be a free agent soon, because the headline of that article stated that, hold on, let me see, I have it right here. Cody Rhodes on impending free agency, where he said, as of now, my future is AEW. And that's interesting. Impending free agency. And that was as of, this was posted December 1st, 2021, Sports Illustrated. And that article kind of just fell to the wayside. That interview that Cody did with Justin Barrasso, and that's very interesting that it just fell to the wayside. That, and I apologize if you guys hear all that yelling in the background. My neighbors are arguing, it sounds like. But it's interesting that that article didn't gain traction and more people didn't go, whoa, what is this impending free agency for Cody? That Cody had another year or two on his deal. So that's an interesting move, and to let your contract expire, especially Cody. And before anybody does ask, we don't know anything as far as Cody's EVP status. All we know with this report from Fightful is that his contract is up. We don't know if that is talent contract, EVP contract. We don't know if he's got two separate contracts. We don't know if he's just got one contract. Take WWE, for example. And I don't know AEW, different things, but in WWE, with Triple H and Stephanie, they actually have two different contracts, a performer contract and a executive contract. Now, we don't know if the same thing goes for All Elite Wrestling. That's one interesting tidbit that we don't know right now. Does he have just one contract that is talent and EVP, or does he have two contracts? One that's talent, one that's executive, one that's office, one that's EVP. And so, when you look at things, now you got to think of, where would Cody go? WWE, Royal Rumble's coming up in 2 weeks. Does Cody show up in the Rumble? Does TNT play into all of this? He's got Go Big Show, which has not been announced for a third season yet. And he's got Roads to the Top, which I want to say is rumored for a second season, but not confirmed for a second season. Now, if he were to get another season of either Roads to the Top or Go Big Show, that can sway him in staying with AEW, in my opinion. I don't think that he would go to WWE, nor WWE would sign him if he's doing Roads to the Top or Go Big Show, and WWE's not getting some sort of cut of that pot. You know what I mean? Like with Xavier Woods working for G4, WWE basically worked as his, as far as we've heard, agent to get that gig. WWE was the one that he wanted to do it. He put his name in the hat, and WWE apparently brokered that deal with him. For him, whatnot. So I would assume if Cody goes to WWE, it's not just going to be, okay, but you can still do that show on TBS or TNT, and you can go do Go Big Show and Road to the Top and all this other stuff. No. Now, if he was like, say, on season 2 of Heels, they'd probably allow that. But they're not going to allow him to go be on a Warner network where AEW is also airing, but be in WWE. I don't see that. But another thing I could see here, which would be a very smart play for Cody, let that contract expire. Hear multiple offers. Take those offers back to Tony Khan and say, here's what I got. Here's what I was given. Can you match it or do better? What can you give me based on what they want to give in turn? I think that's the smart move. Cody going to them and basically saying, okay, I've got WWE. And this is just me speculating and putting this all in perspective story-wise, or perspective for how this would make sense. You got maybe WWE here with an offer and Impact Wrestling here with an offer, and you go, hey, Tony, I got Impact offering me this much for this many years. I got WWE offering me this much for this many years. What do you got? And I know he's probably already heard something from Tony Khan. He knows what Tony wants to offer him, because I assumed they were talking about a new contract before his contract expired. I would assume that wholeheartedly. More than assume, I would pretty much guarantee that he's probably already talked to Tony Khan and whoever else is in charge of doing contracts and whatnot, as far as, hey, your contract's coming up at the end of the year, Code. Here's what we want to do. Here's your current offer. Here's your new offer. Here's what you got. Here's what we got. Here's what we can do. You know what I mean? So Cody being a free agent is big on multiple levels. And I know the first thing you're going to say is, it's Cody. He'll never leave AEW. You never know that. You don't know the motivations of anybody. And then no, Kay Ballard, this is not a forbidden door situation. This would not be a forbidden door situation, because if Cody were to leave AEW to go back to WWE, then boom, he's a WWE superstar working for WWE. He would not be an AEW superstar, say, or AEW wrestler, say, working the Royal Rumble. So it's just, for me, putting this, in retrospective, what this could mean for Cody could mean a couple of things. And in the end, if you ask me, where does he go? I think, in the long run, I say stay with AEW. But at least hear what others have to say. Feel the options. Listen to the others. Whether that's WWE, AEW, or so forth. Maybe in New Japan makes him an offer. I don't see that as likely. But maybe in New Japan makes him an offer as well. But you play the sides, and you get more money that way. Cody's not stupid. He's not stupid, but at the same time, we don't know what motivates people. We don't know if money motivates Cody. We don't know if bigger platforms motivate Cody. Maybe Cody thought that AEW would be bigger than it is by now. And so he and his brand, his name, would be bigger than it is right now. And maybe he doesn't think so. WWE's got the bigger brand name. Working for WWE, you can have a bigger name than working for AEW in some capacities. And so maybe that is what could motivate him to go to WWE. So there's so many different things that could, you know what I mean, impact his decision one way or another. And we just don't know. We just don't really know what that decision is going to be. Again, we don't know his, don't know his contract as far as what this means free agent. Is a free agent as a wrestler? Is a free agent as an executive? If it's free agent as a wrestler but not an executive because he has 2 contracts, he can't leave AEW then unless they let him leave as an EVP and say, okay, you want to leave? You want to go, say, hypothetically, wrestle for WWE? Okay, we'll also let you out of your executive contract. So, and then the Brandy thing, too. I would assume her contract is up as well. I would assume that their deals match as far as dates go. I don't know that for sure, but that would be the smart move on them, that their contracts match dates. If Cody's contract is, say, up January 1st, 2022, Brandy's contract was probably up January 1st, 2022. But I honestly think Cody stays. I don't think Cody goes. And if we do hear anything else on this, because this is huge, we will bring it to you, and we will have more on this once more is readily available. I mean, for all we know, Cody shows up Wednesday on Dynamite with the TNT title, and that's the other thing. He's still the TNT champion. But for all we know, Cody shows up Wednesday with a title and goes, yep, you may have made Sammy Guevara the interim champion over here, but I'm the real TNT champion. I've signed my new deal, and I'm here to stay. Now, let's unify these belts. That as early as Wednesday, they could have Cody go on TV because Cody is scheduled to be on TV Wednesday. So they can go as early as Wednesday and have Cody just come on TV and go, yeah, no, I ain't going anywhere. And that's the other thing. I could see them doing that because Cody has used a lot of realism in his promos, a lot of real life things in his promos. So he can go, hey, yeah, this week there's been rumors of me being a free agent. Well, I'm not anymore. Me and Tony had a long, hard talk. I'm staying with All Elite Wrestling. I can wholeheartedly see them do that on Wednesday with Cody and have him say, yes, me and Brandy, we're AEW, we're All Elite, we're staying here, we're not going anywhere. So we'll see how it all does go with Cody and AEW and if he stays or leaves or goes. I mean, heck, if I was Cody, I'd get a one-off in the Rumble and then go re-sign with AEW. I don't know if WWE would want to do that because then that would be like, oh, yeah, Cody's here, but he's not here. And I don't think they would want that. But if Cody can maybe try and pull that, say, I want to work the Rumble, and then I'll, see how that all goes and maybe confirm to you afterwards if I want to sign a contract, that'd be a smart move. Because then that's more exposure for him and his brand. But again, if we do hear anything more on the Cody Rhodes situation, we will have it for you right here. As we move forward over the weekend, other news did come out, and I'm still a little skeptical on this. I do want to say that take this with a little bit of caution and a little bit of a grain of salt as it pertains to WWE and WWE 2K22, the video game. Now, since this news did break over the weekend, 2K did put out some stuff this morning stating that news on this game will drop in 3 days. 3 days would mean Thursday? Kind of random. Thursday. News on WWE 2K22, but we already may know a little bit of news on WWE 2K22 as Niles, and I'm going to butcher his last name, Niles Ahrenschmier did post some stuff over the weekend regarding this game and even posted what looks to be the possible covers for the game itself as I pull those up here. And before you ask, who is this guy? Well, he's broken a lot of tech news in the past, so that's why I give him a little bit of credibility here as far as not just writing this off as nothing. But let me switch screens. I have this right here. What he says is the possible covers for WWE 2K22, WWE 2K22, the Standard Edition, and WWE 2K22, the Deluxe Edition. Now, when you look at this and you go, oh, cool, Rey Mysterio. What makes me believe this more than not is in the first teaser trailer for WWE 2K22, Rey was wearing this exact gear. So one would assume that when they filmed that teaser video, they also took these promotional photos and cover photos and whatnot for the cover of the game. So again, that's a little more of, okay, I'm leaning in the direction of, yeah, this might be true. Yes, this might be real, but then Niles or Nils, whatever, however you say it, that's more information on the game as well, as we have this right here that does state. Let's continue with exclusive information. 3-day early access available March 8th. So, if you pre-order it, the game is available to you March 8th, which is a Tuesday, which is very weird because that's usually the regular day games come out, midnight Monday into Tuesday. If that is the case, then that means Standard Edition would come out Friday, March 11th. Again, video games rarely, at least big AAA video games like this, rarely come out on a Friday. So that's a little bit where I'm like, you may got the date wrong here, bud. And maybe it's early access on the 11th and he heard it wrong. Maybe he heard date 11th, March 11th as the date. And in hearing so, then just assumed 3 days before that is the early access. Or maybe, I think more likely, and I could be wrong here, that March 11th is the early access date. And I do see that we're having some connection issues. My internet is going in and out on me for some reason. I don't know why. Screw Comcast. But he also goes on to state that WWE 2K22 Deluxe Edition contains everything that's included in WWE 2K22 Standard Edition, plus the Undertaker Immortal Pack and a Season Pass. The WWE 2K22 Undertaker Immortal Pack includes 3 additional Undertaker personas, including Phantom Mask Undertaker, Lord of Darkness Undertaker, and the Boneyard Match Undertaker. My Faction Evo cards for Undertaker, and My Faction perks and bonuses. And my first question is, we need to know more about what this My Faction mode is. What is My Faction mode? What are these Evo cards and perks and bonuses for My Faction mode? But that is all the info that we got over the weekend for WWE 2K22. Looks like Undertaker will be a pre-order bonus. You get three different skins or costumes or whatever you want to call it, or even just versions of the Undertakers, because we've seen him do that before too. It's not just, here's the Undertaker and 3 legendary skins. It's, here's Undertaker this version, here's Undertaker this version, here's Undertaker this version. 3 different versions, and you can have a triple threat, 3 different Undertakers. But regardless, with all of that, this is very interesting. And I do like the cover. I think the cover looks freaking amazing. I don't think I'm going to buy this game physical, though. I'll probably obtain a digital copy. This would be a cool one to have, though, because it looks so cool and different. But again, if we are looking at this again, and I'll pull it up one more time for you guys to see the cover, if you guys did not just see it here a second ago, whether or not the stream buffered for you or not, but we do have the cover right here. Again, there's 2 different covers. There's the standard edition on the right, which is WWE 2K22, and it's Rey Mysterio leaping. And then you also have a deluxe edition with a close shot of Rey's face and the mask and whatnot, and the logo in gold, because that's how 2K does it. The deluxe edition logo's always in gold. But very interesting little tidbits here. And 2K and WWE games, or whatever you want to call them, did actually put out this tweet this morning as well. Actually, they put out a couple of tweets. Let me pull those up. Oop, I opened the wrong thing. So they put out this tweet here that states, damn, it's been a while since our last post. See ya about that. Or no, post. Yeah, about that. Hashtag WW2K22. Then they also put up this post. Ready for it? Big WWE 2K22 announcement in 3 days. Hashtag it hits harder, or hits different. So in 3 days, I'd assume that's Thursday. Maybe that's Wednesday, depending on how you're counting your days, but I would assume that's Thursday. But as we move forward, we do have a few more stories here to talk about. as it pertains to WWE and the Elimination Chamber. So, rumor as of last week was that WWE was going to run the Elimination Chamber in Saudi Arabia. That WWE was going there on February 19th, and that they would run the show from Saudi for the first time ever, bring the Elimination Chamber to Saudi. And that's actually happening, as WWE has confirmed it this morning with the following post stating, the General Entertainment Authority in cooperation with WWE has announced that the Elimination Chamber Premium Live event will be held at the world's largest pillarless Superdome in Jeddah on Saturday, February 19th, 2022. More details of the event will be announced in the coming weeks. Then, the important part. The Elimination Chamber show complements the commitment of the General Entertainment Authority to provide the most famous international events and entertainment shows. This show was preceded by several previous partnerships with WWE to present international shows in the kingdom, which achieved remarkable local and international success, including the recent WWE Crown Jewel show in Riyadh season 2021 and WWE Super Showdown in previous Riyadh seasons in early 2022. So WWE has confirmed the Elimination Chamber will be on February 19th, 2022. So if you want to watch Elimination Chamber, you got to wake up early because they're going to run it live in Jeddah, which means very early here, which normally when they run a Saudi show, it's 9 a.m. Pacific time. And this is big on a number of levels because A, they're bringing the whole damn Elimination Chamber to Saudi Arabia, but it's also the first weekend edition of a Saudi Arabia show for WWE. Usually WWE runs Saudi shows on like Thursday, Friday. But this time, they're actually running it on the weekend, which is a first. Out of the 2, 4, 6, I want to say, Saudi shows they ever ran, the first one running on a weekend. So cool. Very cool. Elimination Chamber in Saudi. Again, I assume it's going to have WrestleMania implications as far as who's either challenging a champion or who's going to go into WrestleMania as a champion. And as far as Hasib's question here in the live chat on YouTube, will March have a pay-per-view? I don't know yet. Haven't heard anything. Maybe they do a fast lane, but they haven't announced it. I think we can... No, I wouldn't know where to find that because during day one, they did run a WWE Network on Peacock ad that did like the quick splash of all the pay-per-view logos. And I would assume if there's, and they do them in order. So I would assume if the Fastlane logo was there, then we'd get Fastlane in March, but I don't know where. I can go really quickly right now to find that. So I will look that up though. And finally, speaking of the road to WrestleMania, got a little news when it comes to the Royal Rumble and one very popular WWE superstar possibly coming back for the Rumble or making her return from injury in the Rumble. According to Andrew Zarian of the Mat Men podcast, Zarian does state that Asuka, quote, should be cleared now for the company. With that, Zarian would also go on to state that with her being cleared or should be cleared now. He didn't confirm 100%, but should be cleared now. There is word that she could be possibly returning in the Royal Rumble. So one of those, I want to say 11 slots for the Women's Rumble that are still open could be going to Asuka. Could be going to the former Raw Women's Champion, SmackDown Women's Champion, Money in the Bank holder, and Royal Rumble winner. So that would be really good to see that Asuka does make her big return in the Women's Royal Rumble. And I don't think they should announce any more names for that match. They've already announced 19 names for the Women's Royal Rumble match. And I think the rest should all be surprises. One, hopefully, being Asuka. So I just wanted to hit on that really fast as far as Asuka being out of action. And we still don't really know fully why she's been out of action. This has been kind of a mystery. We know that she got one of her front teeth knocked out and she had to go get dental surgery. But as we've seen with Natty, you get a tooth knocked out, you're back in like a week and a half. But then when she posted the photo after her dental surgery, her arm was in a brace. And not just like, oh, it was up here, in just a sling kind of deal. No, it was a full-on sling brace apparatus. And we still do not know what caused that injury, the arm, elbow, wrist, whatever injury to Asuka. That's still been a mystery that nobody has been able to find out. But it is good to see that Asuka should be cleared by now, according to Andrew Zarian of the Mat Men podcast. And if we do hear anything else on Asuka possibly returning in the Rumble from injury, we'll have it here because that'll be great news. But I also hope no one does report it and it happens and it's a great surprise, because I think that with Asuka's been out since, like, I want to say May or June. Let's see. Asuka hasn't worked a match since July. Her last match, it looks like, was the Money in the Bank ladder match. And so with her being out for 6 months, it'll be August, September, October, November, December, January, it'll be a little over 6 months. When her music hits, we hear that place is gonna go bananas. I think that crowd is gonna go nuts because they're like, oh my God, Asuka's back. Asuka's back. Hopefully Asuka does return in the Royal Rumble. I would love to see it. I know everybody else would love to see it. I've been getting a lot of questions recently. Where is Asuka? Out an injury and should be cleared by now, according to Andrew Zarian. But with that, guys, that is going to wrap everything up. I do want to give you a slight preview for tonight's Monday Night Raw. A few things have been announced. WWE is teasing something between Miz and Maurice because, Miz have been pissing off Maurice over the last couple of weeks. So something's going to go down with them. We also do know that Becky Lynch will speak on Doudrop being her next challenger for the Raw Women's Championship. Bobby Lashley will talk about Brock Lesnar and his upcoming WWE title match after, Lesnar left them speechless last week when he said, "You're nothing more than a Brock Lesnar wannabe." And WWE is asking the question, can RK Bro bounce back after losing the Raw Tag Team Championships last week to the Alpha Academy? That is our Raw preview for tonight's Monday Night Raw. We will be live following tonight's Monday Night Raw, breaking down that entire show, talking about everything that went down there. So with that, guys, this has been the Wrestling Wrap-Up. One video, bringing you a handful of news and keeping you updated in pro wrestling. I want to say thank you for joining me here. Twitch.tv/PW Unlimited, YouTube.com/Pro Wrestling Unlimited, and Twitter.com/PW Unlimited. Again, like I just stated, we will be live again tonight for Monday Night Raw's review, the Monday Night Raw review. Have a great day. Have a great Monday. I'll see you guys next time.